Hello everyone and welcome. It's great to have you all out this afternoon. How are we doing? It's good to see you all again. Welcome to another edition live here from the SCS studio. I'm your host or moderator, whatever you want to call it, for this afternoon. My name's Alex, hope you're doing well. You probably know me from a few other streams, but I'm also joined by two very special guests. You may recognize them from previous streams. We had you here probably quite a while ago, but if you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, hi, I'm Andre, but colleagues in the company call me Duff. And I'm here on behalf of the map team. I'm the map design lead, so yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about the map.
Great to have you. And if you'd like to introduce
Hello,
yourself.
it's me again. It's Raven from the research department.
Perfect. Yeah, you were here with us last time on the last Utah stream. It's great to have you back as well. And a massive hello to everyone that's in chat right now. We've got a lot of you that are watching right now. Folks, let us know where you're watching from. We've already got people saying that they're from. We've got people from France here, so bonjour or bonsoir to everyone in France as well. Let us know where you're watching. Of course, we're here to show off a little bit more about Utah. You may have seen already a lot of video and photos going out there as the embargo was lifted recently, I think just this past weekend, right? They lifted the embargo for certain streamers and media. And I know a lot of you are very excited about checking out more of Utah and of course for its release on Thursday, November 7th. You guys excited as well?
Oh,
Yes.
of course.
Of course, yeah. It's a lot of work that we've been building up to here in the whole of SCS, and I think everyone's very much ready for its release. And of course, we want to show you more and kind of talk more about the process and behind the scenes of how it was all actually made. So where are we right now, actually? Do we know
Right
the location?
now, I'm somewhere in the Utah.
Surprisingly.
Wow.
Surprisingly.
There you go, folks.
And this part is a showcase of our new dirt roads. It's like the new thing in the Utah. Like we already had some forest roads in the Oregon and the Washington, but here in the Utah, because of the oil industry, we will wander more into the desert. And it's not just a nice tarmac everywhere, so we're gonna drive around some dirt roads.
Fantastic. We touched a little bit already before on some of the oil industries that exist around Utah, but maybe for those that have been to events before, maybe at Gamescom or maybe with our On The Road team, you may have already seen from some little snippets from the previews there that there are a lot of also off-road areas, a bit bumpy as you can tell if you're in the motion simulator for sure, and they're always a lot of fun. And one thing that I know a lot of people are always asking is that will there be roads that maybe aren't even on the map that they could access?
Yeah, that's that's quite convenient that you brought it up, because I'm actually heading towards one of those roads which are not shown in the UI, but can be driven. Yeah, it's really hard to focus on driving and trying to look into the camera and answering the question as always. But just in few minutes or minute or two, I'm gonna approach one of these secret roads.
Fantastic. So know that there is more than meets the eye with Utah, for sure, I guess on the GPS terms anyway, because you might be able to find a few little secret things here and there. Now, I was just looking at the chat, we had a lot of people saying where they're from. We have people from all over the world watching, so, you know, don't worry about your nerves there. We've got people from Slovakia, the Czech Republic, Illinois, USA, Russia, the United Kingdom, Texas, we have Canada in the house. If I can scroll up here, if the chat will actually let me scroll up or not, I don't know. I can see the tab here. Here we go. We've got people from Romania, Serbia, Indiana, USA, Utah, North Carolina, Sweden, and people from all over the world. I think South America is there as well. Lots of people tuning in from around the world. So it's great to have you all with us, and we're very excited that you're excited about Utah. And of course, they also have a chance to win Utah as well this evening. If you're with us, folks, then you do have the chance to win Utah, the Steam key for yourself, which will be unlocked at release, which is very exciting. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, we'll be touching on that in just a minute here. All right, as we head out onto the roads of Utah here.
I've seen someone from Utah. I'm just wondering what they think about the footage they've seen so far, because they live there, they know how it should look like.
Do let us know, folks. Do let us know. If you are from Utah, or if you've been to Utah before, I've been lucky enough to go to Utah, but that was many years ago, actually, a long time ago. So I do recognize a few things here and there. But if you've ever been there before, folks, we'd love to know your feedback on it, what you like about it. I've already seen quite a few streamers already talking about how they recognise quite a few places from their visits. I think there's another quite well-known streamer, John Fly, was saying how he's from Utah and he was just kind of astounded by the amount of detail that's gone into the map. And that was a big thing for him. And also another one, Raya Streams, who's quite well known on Facebook. A lot of truckers that he interacts with, because he's a real truck driver, have also said a lot of the routes and such are very, very accurate.
That's nice feedback.
And which is really, really great to hear. But of course, all of that doesn't come easy, does it? It's, it can be a lot of hard work in creating these different areas and maps and highways and such.
Yeah, and I will just point out that right now I'm driving off to the secret road. It's like...
Isn't that illegal?
It might be, because it goes through some residential or more like a recreational area. It's near the Pelican Lake. I guess we can see the lake here. And it's really bumpy, because my steering wheel is vibrating.
Yeah,
it's
you are
crazy.
shaking.
Yeah,
You
visibly
can
shaking.
shaking a little bit. Yeah, you can probably see the water like shaking a little bit. But yeah, plenty of secret roads here. And what kind of inspires you to kind of have these kind of off-road areas that you create?
It's mostly for like to do some fun things, because highways they are nice, but they can get kind of boring. And here in these typically not accessible areas for the truck drivers, there are usually lots of interesting small details. So they are more like bonus content when map designer is doing everything on time and everything is right on schedule, and he has some time to do something extra. They will do these sections for fun.
All right, but are some of them actually maybe accurate to some real-world off-road areas?
Yeah, they are usually accurate, but they are not like the places which will came up first on mind that you can drive into with truck. But like you've seen, we drove past some children's playground, and yeah, I guess the residents there wouldn't be happy to see many trucks going through near their cottages or bungalows.
So it was just for today. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Very restricted area, folks.
But I wanted to say it's always nice when you are playing any game and you find something like this, some kind of secret road or back road.
I cannot turn my head easily because I will get off the track.
I mean, it's quite rewarding, I guess, for any player to kind of stumble across something that they maybe think someone else might have not yet discovered yet. I find it quite satisfying, and I think most of the time when I'm looking for the roads, it might come to a dead end for me. But when you do find one, it's very, very satisfying.
Well, the best is when you drive there for ages, and then after, I don't know, you've been there 10 times, and suddenly you realize, wow, what's this?
Exactly. And of course, we had quite a large update drop today for American Truck Simulator. We had 1.36, which is now released for American Truck Simulator, and lots of cool updates come with that. And a lot of it is more technical than actual more add-ons and visuals. Obviously, there's been a few towns that they've gone back and reworked, and there's been new trailers that have been added as well, which I'm sure we'll see a few of as we do a little bit of driving today. But it's very exciting to see how much American Truck Simulator is progressing, you know, because obviously with new technology, which we've already touched on in the previous streams, you know, with vegetation and rocks and such like that, and view distances, you can really see when you combine those things together, you get this beautiful output, which is a great example here in Utah, and I imagine we'll see for many map expansions to come. I imagine it's kind of setting the base ground kind of for the work for that.
Yeah. There's so many things in 136. I don't remember all of them.
Well, if we need to, we can get the list up on the blog for sure.
Yeah, from top of my head, map-wise, we have rebuilt the cities of Santa Cruz and the Flagstaff. So people can see lots of little improvements there, like because, for example, Santa Cruz was it's in California, so it's the oldest part of the map. So it used lots of old assets and technology, and like we are like more than 3.5 years after the release of the ATS. So there was some progress made. So yeah, these areas were facelifted, and players can expect the state-of-the-art roads and decals, and I can like say that both of the cities weren't like picked randomly. There was a secret purpose why they were rebuilt, and yeah, if you go and visit them, you can try to figure out why.
Well, there you go, folks. Something to kind of check out and maybe make some speculation on over on our forums. I imagine a lot of people will now be hopping onto American Truck Simulator. And folks, if you have any questions for our guys, do send them in. However, we can't obviously answer all of them, so we'll do our very best to answer the ones that we can answer. We may not have the answers to, or may not be able to answer just yet. So do be patient with us, folks. And of course, if you have any good wish lists or suggestions you want to give to our team, or even some feedback, head over to the forums at forums.scssoft.com. Now, I do want to ask a first question here that I just saw in the chat a little bit earlier, but someone was asking about the development time for this map. You know, where were you actually starting to work on Utah? How long ago was that in some sorts of a time frame?
Wow, that's kind of secret, I guess.
Oh, right, okay.
Because the Utah was announced quite late into development, so we've been already working on it for some time when it was announced, and I can say it was quite more than a year. Yeah, because at the time we were really busy with the other projects, and Utah came by like yeah, we got enough people to support 2 map DLCs, so let's work on Utah. But the start was kind of slow because there were not that many people working on it, and
some newbies as well.
Yeah. So it was kind of slower. So the development time might be a little bit longer than usual, because it wasn't fully focused project, but in the end I think it turned out yeah, again, as every recent DLC, the last DLC is the best. So
Of course, yeah.
I can think it's improvement even on Washington, even if it's really hard to like compare them, because the landscapes and are totally different.
Yes, they are, yeah.
Again, there is like progress since the release of the Washington.
And obviously it can be quite hard to juggle all those kind of different things at once. Obviously, when you're working on multiple things at once, it can get a little bit tough for the team. When I know the team is growing a lot. I think we're over 180 people now in SCS.
Yeah,
of course, you have
something
to
like that, some crazy number.
teach new people and organize things, and some of these things do take time. So obviously, there's a lot happening within the teams and the offices here, and it's all very exciting. So right now we're actually at a brand new industry, aren't we? We're at an oil industry, and these are quite unique in themselves. I remember you saying last time they were actually a little bit difficult for you to kind of research.
Yeah, and actually, good thing was after we mentioned that some people they used to work or they are still working on some oil field, they contacted us. So thank you for that.
Right.
If there is more of you, you can contact us as well. The best thing will be just play the game and tell us what you think. What you think it's bad or we could improve. Of course, there's not going to be so many things because we've done a bad job.
Tremendous job.
Yeah, especially me. Yeah, so especially this feedback from people they were there in real life. It's pretty good for us, because even if you were in Texas, it's not area you can go easily, because there is a hedge over or a fence over the places, so it's very difficult to get some reference from inside. So some insiders info will be great for us, because
Absolutely, yeah. I remember you showing us last time on the last stream, which you can still watch on the VOD above as well if you missed that one. You were saying you only had like top-down satellite imagery for some of these oil areas, because of course the Google Streetcar can't just kind of roll into there like, oh, I'm just going to take photos of your place. You know, it's a private area and a working area.
And
as
even
well.
if there was some like pumping rig or pumping pump jack, that's the word. when we were doing the maps, the street view was from 2018. So sometimes you could see just shadow. What's that? And then after they refreshed the maps, you could realize, oh, it's pumping jack.
So yeah, really every little bit from the community helps, and you can.
Oversteer.
You can.
It's
if you
hard
wanna
to
help
reset
out-
the camera on the when you have the wheel
Yeah,
turned.
yeah, of course. Well, feel free to use the mouse if you'd like to
Yeah.
steal that if you want to. But yeah, feel free if you want to help out anyone from the community. I've seen there's a few people here, including we have Ellie here in the Steam chat, saying, I delivered at a school in the city, Western Utah, called Delta, and I saw the welcome sign in the last trailer. And they were talking in the Steam chat a little bit how they recognize a few of the areas, and they pass through also Salt Lake City a lot. So I imagine Ellie will be quite excited to kind of see those.
I guess so. Right now we are near the Salt Lake City, so we will see if we will get inside. We are approaching from the north.
Okay. So you might have seen in some of our more recent blogs, we kind of covered a little bit about urban areas and like residential areas, and something that always gets to me about American cities, and Utah being one of them, is that very much a lot of the city, especially the main Salt Lake area and Provo area, is all on a kind of a grid. It's all very grid roads and such like that, and all the residential areas are just like one big kind of square, and a lot of the houses might look the same, but it's actually, each town kind of has their own unique personality, and it's quite cool to see. Like, for example, I think we just saw there was like a glimpse of a historical religious building, which I'm sure you'll see a lot over
very
Utah.
specific for Utah.
Yeah, very specific for Utah. Lots of, I think it's like churches and also temples as well, which exist all over Utah. And so each of these cities kind of have their own unique look and feel. So we're coming up from Logan down through Ogden.
Ogden, yeah. We might drive around Ogden to show it.
Okay.
There are a few interesting
Side
places.
roads.
Look forward to it for sure.
Some
Massive hello to
sightseeing.
everyone's in the chat again. It's great to see you all, and grateful that you're all tuning in. If you're interested in participating in winning a Utah Steam DLC key, you can see it right now on the stream banner, which is like this way. All you have to do is send us a tweet or a Instagram post that you can upload a picture of your Steam wish list, which must include the Utah DLC in it. So if you send us a picture of Utah DLC in your Steam wish list, and then send it to us through Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag #WishForUtah with the number 4, as you can see, then you'll be in a chance with winning.
Religious building.
Here we go.
There we are. So this is, where was it again? We were at?
Ogden.
Ogden. So it's
Or
like an
Logan?
Ogden temple.
No?
Logan? Ogden? Wait, no, this is Logan. We are going through the Logan.
Okay. Beautiful. Really unique and beautiful looking, well, I guess religious building temple.
Yeah, you can see lots of details have been placed around. So
We have new traffic lights as well.
look at them pots. I'm looking around and I can't hold the line.
So yeah, the temples are the big ones or some landmarks, but we have many like small researches and new things. For example, traffic lights. When we are here waiting, it's they were created. It's like a Utah version of traffic lights.
So even down to the details of the traffic lights are different in Utah than they would be in other states.
Yeah.
And what makes them different? What makes them different to other states, if you can remember or know?
Colors.
Just colours? Is it mainly just the colours?
Well, this one was ages ago, but for sure colors, and it's always just the like the back part of the lights. They have different colors in different states. There are some different stands. So yeah.
Of course, it's not just the traffic lights that are different, but also you have quite a few interesting and unique roads. Kind of, I don't know what you'd even call them, but we're talking like junctions and stuff. Like that.
Diamonds.
Yeah, the diamond junctions, and how we're talking about the roundabouts as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the road infrastructure in Utah is quite different than you might find in a lot of states across the US, which is must have been quite interesting to research to kind of find out that information.
Yeah. I was wondering last time because we were in touch with someone from Washington, and they just said like we don't know them so much, or probably it was in the guy's area where he lived. He said like I haven't seen so many of them, but Utah is the place where
They do exist.
Yeah. It's not like England, of course.
Where they're just every other corner.
Yeah.
That is the problem with the.
You
well,
can't say
the
corner
roundabouts.
because there are no corners. There
Oh,
are
I guess
just
not. Yeah.
roundabouts.
But yeah, we have the main roundabouts and then mini roundabouts, and then you have the magic roundabout, which is a whole different thing in the UK. So yeah, really, really, really different. But it's quite weird having them in the US because yeah, something you just don't expect to see here that much. We got Likely Leon here saying, I'd say Utah is hands down the best looking state in American Truck Simulator so far. Definitely, I absolutely agree with that for sure. It really, really is beautiful. I think I saw a question just up above, but the chat's moving so quickly, I am missing them.
Where's the train? Oh, there's a second one.
You got a second train as well?
Yeah.
Hanging behind.
Mm-hmm.
The great thing is this cab. I have no trailer, so I can see the back. So I can check out
Nice window.
the cars. And yeah, and here you can see we already had blog post about this. The city signs, the welcome signs.
Oh, the welcome
Yeah.
signs, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, they're quite famous in Utah, especially because they all have different artworks on different parts
Yeah.
around Utah. I think someone, actually I might have seen it on the research, maybe on the thread in the forums. Someone posted one.
The border ones.
Yeah, the border ones. Yeah, those are very interesting, and
Exactly.
to even know that sort of thing exists, because I wouldn't have even thought about it, you know.
Because we asked to community after that, and then we realized it's very specific for Utah, because as far what we know, it's they don't use them in other countries or in other states. So yeah, it's very specific.
Now this is quite interesting scene here, because when you think of Utah, a lot of people might think desert, red rocks.
Red
you know, the
rocks.
license plate is the famous red rock arch.
Yep.
This is very green. And
Yeah, it's because it's a mountain state. It's like in the Salt Lake City there were Winter Olympics, so the northern part is really green, like not green as a Washington.
Yeah, of course, evergreen. Yeah.
It's not this rainy state, but yeah, you can actually accept to see some greenery and forests there.
I guess when you compare anything with Washington, evergreen state, it's everything's gonna be less green
Less
than
green.
Washington, but this one is.
There's still more green than you're expecting.
Yeah.
We have Woolworth34 here saying, looks pretty amazing. Duff, your team made a great job.
Yeah,
There
thank
go.
you. Thank you.
All right, lots of people here. Hello from Italy. Hello, Falco. Good to see you as well. We've got people listening in from Poland as well, Romania. I know lots of you are excited for, obviously, the other DLC coming out for ETS2 as well. And we have someone here very excited saying, OMG, 2 days left on the Utah DLC. It's amazing. I know. The hype is real. The hype is very much real. And I'm excited for everyone to check it out.
The whole team is excited because we had lots of new members on the team, and for many team members,
Firstborn
it's,
baby.
yeah, it's their first game or first product
Right.
they worked on, and I'm really envious of them that they will have this first feeling
Yeah,
of
right.
sending
Euphoria.
something to the world and to others to see, and watching all the videos and seeing all the reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, it's for me same.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because for me, this one was first state when we how to say it, we started researches here as well. Then we've done a little bit for Washington, but just a little bit, really, because Washington was almost done. So we've done some bits and pieces. But this one, it's my, especially for me, from research team, it's my firstborn baby, if I say it this way.
Yeah, look at these distant views.
Yeah, really, really lovely, and that's something that stands out to me the most when I've been watching a lot of the people who've been driving on Utah a little bit earlier than others, and other footage as well, and you really just see how much of a difference it makes, and you just have these wide open spaces, because some areas of Utah are very, very vast and almost quite flat looking, despite having a lot of mountains as well, as you said a little bit earlier as well. And they've really, really done a fantastic job to kind of create these views, and I think I said it in the other stream before, but I think people will probably be taking more photos than they will be driving at the start of Utah for sure.
Yeah.
So all very, very excited indeed. So let us know, folks, what are you looking forward to most about Utah? Is there anything specific that you've seen that kind of kind of tickles your fancy, kind of gets you excited, let us know in the chat, and we'll definitely give it a read out. Someone here, Gizmo, in the Steam says Foothills is green, then 10 miles west near Great Salt Lake, total barren. I used to live there. So there you go. Somebody's kind of recognizing some of the areas around for sure. All right, let's have a look here. What are people saying? People are saying the oil industry, they're looking forward to checking out a new industry. Billy here saying the Kennecott's copper mine, that is for sure a very, very impressive kind of feat, something we've never really seen before.
We might go there. Not on this ride, I guess, but we will see how much time we have.
We still have quite a bit to show you folks. We've got quite a few different things set up as well. And someone said they watched the Raya stream, Roll with Utah yesterday. Beautiful, it really, really is. It really is. So, and then someone else, I think up there, someone said, the dinosaurs in Moab, Raya stream says, looking forward to the dinosaurs. As a lot of people have noticed, it's got quite a prehistoric kind of Jurassic parts.
Especially in Vernal area, there are dinosaurs everywhere. So.
I guess I missed my turn.
Okay.
And I'm heading towards the Salt Lake.
That's all right, no worries.
We will see. Okay, so we can go to the copper mine. I hope that I remember the way, the route.
All right.
So here we can see the panorama.
So actually, last time we were talking about stones and rocks. So we mentioned like we have 2 dedicated guys. Actually, they are map designers, but they do these designs. We said they've done a great job, but actually I was talking about them and I forgot to mention that everybody, because every part of the map there's some human being behind, and I believe every member of the team done really nice job.
Yeah, really
good work.
It's you can see it's really become a large team effort, which is, when it comes together like this, it's just beautiful to see. I think it's everyone's kind of favorite time of year, because you really do just see everything come together and kind of see the fruits of the labor and see how it's all come together so nicely. So it is kind of that. I mean, at the same time, I guess it can be a little bit stressful, but at the other time, it's the kind of the feel-good year as well. So now are we approaching or just passing?
We are already inside
Salt Lake?
inside the Salt Lake. I went off the track because I'm gonna try to go to the copper mine the other way, but we will see. Yeah, and if we were talking about the team members, I would just like to mention, as I said before, like for lots of guys, it was like the first thing they worked on. Some parts of the map were even created in the evaluation period, and they were that good that we decided to keep them in and use them.
Fantastic. So some really fresh and talented people coming into the team. So so while we're on the map, actually, quickly, do we mind if we just show them the whole map, if you're okay with that? Or
okay.
Too late.
Too late. So it's like this.
Yeah, some people were asking in the chat just to check it out. There you go, folks. Little snippet for you, a little snippet.
Yeah, screen grab, everything. And here is the mine, so I will set my navigation to go there.
All right, not too far away. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's not too far away, and we will drive through some suburbs and more rural parts of the Salt Lake City. Yeah.
All right, so still on the I-15, which is actually one of the major highway kind of connection routes that heads right through the middle of Utah, and quite an important one as well, I think, to include. I know a lot of truckers use it as kind of like a bypass to some other states as well, which I'm sure maybe a few people will enjoy taking the detour through Utah, or maybe saving some time here and there as we kind of start to put the states together.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we are including Utah, it will be a huge relief for many truckers driving from the southern parts of the or the south eastern parts of our map to the northern. So we finally got rid of the L shape of the map. So they will have another opportunities to go from Arizona or New Mexico to the Oregon and Washington, and yeah, it won't be just going through Nevada or California.
So nice
So
kind of change of scenery.
change
for
of
some
scenery,
people.
yeah.
Absolutely. And if you do want to have an opportunity, folks, to win yourself a copy of Utah, the Steam key, a little bit earlier than anyone else, but will be unlocked on the day of release. Then you've probably seen it, it's on the banner right now on our stream. Then all you need to do is just share with us your Steam wish list. Just take a screenshot of it, take a photo, and make sure that you have Utah added into your wish list. And if you show us that and send us the picture via Twitter or Instagram, tagging us at SCS Software, then you might be winning yourself a free copy of the game. We have a few of those to give away, so make sure you do enter as hashtag wish4, the number 4 Utah, and posting that on our social media on Twitter and Instagram. Would love to see you adding it to your wish list. So appreciate everyone that's entered so far and everyone that's added it to the wish list as well. It kind of is a large help for us here at SCS Software.
I can make it. Barely. Violation.
No. First one of the day.
Oh, please don't crash.
That's all right.
You
No
will have
worries.
to pay.
Pro Sim Racing saying, can't wait to get my hands on this DLC. It looks great. I know we had Raya streaming here earlier. He actually is one of the lucky streamers who got to play Utah a little bit earlier than anyone else. And he was really, really enjoying it yesterday when I was watching the stream, actually. He was really, he's actually a real truck driver. I'm not sure if you're kind of aware of his background, but he was absolutely loving it, especially the views and such. So I know a lot of people are appreciative of the work that's gone into Utah here, which as we pass through these little residential areas, you can really just appreciate the small details that have gone into this.
Yeah.
Everything down to even the vegetation looks
Ev-
fantastic.
yeah, and everything is like handmade. It's placed like there's a very little of some procedural generation. So every trash can, every bush, every flower pot, it had to be placed manually. So it's very labor-intensive work creating this DLC.
I can imagine. And yeah, just that's like I was saying, the amount of detail in those houses
Exceeding the speed limit.
would be hard to try and make them unique, you know, trying to place the same trash can or car in different driveways and such like that. But it all makes the difference for sure. Hello to everyone that's joining us as well. If you're just joining us, welcome. Great to see you. And remember, you can also upgrade now to 1.36 on American Truck Simulator, so make sure to update your games as well in preparation for Utah.
There was blog post today about 1.36.
There was, yeah, go check it out on our blog.
We have a
list.
very nice changelog video, so
Yes.
if you are tired of reading, you can check it out. And
For sure, yeah. Over on our
Yeah.
YouTube channel, SCS Software, or you can head over to the blog or any of our social medias as well, on Twitter, Instagram, you name it, we're on it.
Yeah, but I believe many people, they are watching us, but they have closed eyes because because they just you know, they want to be surprised on a
Yeah,
Thursday.
that's true. That is true. Yeah, some people just listen to it and not actually and watch it.
it's like radio show.
Yeah, exactly. Also, a quick one here from Rory Wellburn Gaming. He noticed about the change in the electric wires. I'm guessing from the 1.36 update. You know, some people might notice the little detail change in that because of the support that's now added for kind of better and more high quality assets in the sense of that for the update, which I'm sure we'll see plenty more of in the future. All right, so this is the entrance, right, to the kind of copper mine. Come on.
I was scared that they won't let me in because I'm not bringing anything.
Yeah. Who are you? Why are you coming with the truck?
Yeah, just a regular tourist.
All right. And as you can see here, entering what is still an active copper mine today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Right.
course.
As active as they can be because of maybe some events that's happened recently in the copper mine. But if you haven't seen this, folks, prepare yourself. This is quite the reveal, and I don't want to spoil anything for you if you haven't seen this already. And it really is impressive. And,
Yeah, it's the largest copper mine in the
is
world.
Incredible,
so.
and you really get a sense of scale for it. Once we turn this corner here, you'll see it in just a second.
Not sure if it's largest, maybe it's second one, but still.
Second?
Ah. Don't ruin the fun.
Okay. Yeah, I mentioned it last time. This one was very difficult to get any references from this area because actually the main gate or the main entry, that was the the last area, which was in Google Street View.
Mm-hmm.
There were pretty nice pictures, so it was easy to do it. But behind the boom gate, it was very difficult to get any information.
Right.
As we mentioned, it's private property. There was the big slide a couple of years ago. It's maybe 6-7 years ago. So there were no tourists because there's the tourist spot on the left side. And yeah.
Yeah, really, really interesting. Remember you showed us last time as well about the research. You found a company that creates the buildings or built some of the warehouses and such inside, and they had a few photos that you were luckily able to reference off of as well. But yeah, it really is unique. I don't think we've seen anything like this much before in terms of this size and scale within either of the games of Euro Truck Simulator 2 or Euro Truck Simulator. And it really, really is impressive to kind of just see how far out it goes and the depth of it as well. And lots of kind of little interesting things in terms of details to see around here as well. A lot of people mentioning about some of the equipment they can see around the site here, and also the dump trucks as well, which some people were very confused about, but I think we explained it last time. Some of these dump trucks, as you can see here, are pink, but that is not a bug, that is a feature, as they say.
It's not a missing texture.
No, it's not a missing texture or anything. It actually has quite a cool story to it, which actually linked in quite well to our past World of Trucks event.
It was last month already, but October.
Yeah.
The month of breast
cancer awareness.
Yeah.
Where the mining company, when it came time to kind of replace some of the dump trucks, they actually purchased a few of them in the pink colour, in also support of the breast cancer awareness month and kind of raising awareness and such like that. And I looked it up after the stream myself, and I looked it up on Google Images, and sure enough, you can find pink dump trucks there, which is really, really incredible to see that, even that level of detail is kind of found. So very, very cool. As we head up another little secret road, it seems, off the GPS. So more things to explore, folks, here.
It's quite steep.
I've seen Ellie in chat. Do we have more women truck drivers?
Oh yeah, do we have any? That'll be a good question to know. Let us know, folks.
As you can see, it's really large. And remember that our game is in 1:20 scale, so fitting this beast in wasn't anything simple.
Especially because it's not too far away from the main city.
Yeah.
I think in real life it's 7 kilometers wide, this hole. Something like that. And by the way, this one is secret road as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's another illegal act.
Hopefully I will not end up like falling out of the world.
No, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But let's have a look here. My sister is a truck driver for Swift Transport. That's pretty cool. That's very, very cool. And it's a long drive.
Because when we were in the US, we met some truck driver, truck driver ladies, and they just said like, we played your game for a month, and after that we decided to make a driving license or truck driving license, and a couple of weeks later we are just truck driver. So it's so cool. I mean, like, this is the addition when you are creating game. It's not just a game, but for some of them it's just a relaxing game. They can relax after a hard day at work or whatever. But some of them it's so cool, and you can change their lives a bit.
Absolutely, yeah. So people get inspired by it. So
all the people we changed their life or work, hopefully they will have safe trip.
And we had a question that just kind of went up into the chat there, but they were asking, did you face any really hard challenges in creating the copper mine? Was there anything that kind of really wasn't too easy about it, or was it quite straightforward?
Yeah, it was quite challenging. I don't know if I can point any concrete stuff, but the whole task was really complex. Like, the problem was the scale, the view distances, like a technical approach, how we will form the terrain, And there were also design decisions because like we had to justify why would a truck go inside a copper mine.
True.
Because
Yeah.
usually the stuff going in and out is transported via trains. And it was like, yeah, we cannot bring coal or some chemicals there.
To break in.
So
somehow.
The second thing, as Raven already told us, was
references.
no references, the gathering of the pictures, so it would look real, and then the production, because it was no easy task. We needed a skilled map designer that would be able to pull it off. So, yeah, it's I think few map designers changed switched places while creating this. So
Yeah, I can't imagine it would have been easy, especially because, like we said, it's still an active copper mine, and with that being active, it's a constantly changing landscape, and it's always moving and being different. You know, you look at one picture, it's different to another picture when they're actively kind of mining things down and working their way down into the ground and such like that. So I imagine it was definitely tough. Ellie actually pointing out that actually that was her that you were speaking to at the truck stop.
Yeah.
There you go. So very, very cool.
Of course,
Great to
we
see
remember
you,
her.
Good to see you. Someone says here, I swear I saw a UFO one time on a trip in game. Can you confirm?
It's impossible.
I don't know if we can confirm that.
I think
Confirm nor deny.
it's some
Drone.
some weather balloon or
Weather balloon.
weather balloon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't trust what you see.
Yeah.
The truth is out there.
The truth is out there. Absolutely. Ooh, just move that. Okay, so yeah, who knows what you might be able to find in Utah. Speaking of Easter eggs, I mean, it's always a fun challenge for everyone to kind of try and discover different Easter eggs on the map. Of course, we're not going to spoil any here on the stream. That's always a fun one for everyone to kind of find out. But I imagine there's a few around Utah that people could find, and I think I've heard somewhere that even in other states that we've already released that there might even been some that haven't even been discovered yet.
I've never heard about them.
No. Okay, that's what I've heard anyway. I've heard around.
Let's go.
So, Joe Alex in the chat asking about the key giveaway. Well, you can see it on the screen now,
Go
folks.
straight.
If you do want to win a copy of Utah DLC, that will be drawn on Thursday, the day of the release. Then all you need to do is share a picture of your Steam wishlist with Utah inside your wishlist. So make sure you add Utah to your wishlist via Steam. Take a picture and share it with us on Twitter or on Instagram, tagging @SCS Software and using the hashtag #WishForUtah. And you can get your hands on this beautiful slate, which we're looking at right now. Do keep sending in your questions as well, folks. We have two members of our team here.
Actually,
Very, very grateful to have them with us.
I've seen the question about
Sure.
the driving wheel.
Oh, about the wheel,
Yeah.
about what they're using. Well, it so happens here that I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Look at this. So, I have for reference, because it's quite a mouthful to remember, we are currently using a Thrustmaster Rally Wheel add-on called the Sparco R383 mod. And that's just the wheel here if you're interested. The wheelbase is the TX Racing Wheel Servo base. We've also got a shifter here. It's a really, really nice shifter. It's a TH8A shifter add-on. And you can't see it, but underneath the desk as well, we've also got some pedals. It's the T3PA Pro add-on. Those are all provided by Thrustmaster. A massive thank you to their team over there for sending us those to the studio. So there you go check out
Yeah,
the
it
website.
feels really great.
Yeah, it's a lovely wheel, really, really lovely. So I just think we saw on the left there was another what appears to be quite a large industry area. What is it? Is that another thing to do with the oil or power or something?
It's a steel mill.
Steel mill.
Yeah.
That's
And it was a really challenging piece to recreate because of the huge, can I say chimneys?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Chimneys, they were visible from quite the distance. And the approach to the Salt Lake City is kind of flat. So, and there are big mountains behind it. So it was really tricky to lay out the whole thing so nothing will pop up, and yeah, it took some time to get it right.
Get ready to turn left.
So lots of like kind of how would you say, meticulous
When you
kind of
mention
planning.
chimneys now, it's good on my mind.
Sure.
There is a chimney near Connecticut copper mine, and I believe it's the second tallest construction in a state,
Really? Okay.
and I believe we have it there.
Wow. So you might see a few of those over the state then for
Actually,
sure.
it's
Or is it that one? This
Yeah.
one? It is that one?
yeah,
I
That large one you
guess
can
it's
just
one.
see by the mirror here actually on the left,
Yeah.
possibly.
yeah.
Really,
That's
really
Keeping
huge.
it straight and turning my head. It's really challenging, but yeah, I don't want to crash.
so. We are around Salt Lake now.
Kids don't drive like
I was
this.
confused in map, lost in map, and yeah,
Now we are leaving Salt Lake.
that
and,
was the big one.
That was the big chimney. Quite an interesting industry to have out there. There's still
Yeah,
It's
as
still
I
mine.
mentioned last time, it's been a while, so now I see things, and we've done the research a couple of months ago, and now it's
kind of coming back
Yeah,
to you
yeah.
as you're seeing it, as it's all together now, because you kind of see it piece by piece, I imagine,
exactly.
in the past.
So it's like trying to prepare, but still something's popping up.
That's it. So we're now heading back towards Salt Lake, did you say? It's where we're heading
No, we
to
are
now?
leaving Salt Lake, and
Leaving
I'm
Salt
just
Lake?
gonna stop on some rest stop or way station, and
Okay.
we're gonna try to load another piece of the
We
map.
are going. Is there Wendover? We are going.
Yeah, we are
west.
going. We are going west.
West.
Eddie saying that chimney there is the single tallest structure in Utah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
So close as the
Very
second
close, yeah.
one, but the second one it's the copper mine. I think
Mm.
it's the second one biggest in the world, and the chimney is the tallest
Wow.
construction in.
So even taller than the skyscrapers kind of in the city itself?
I guess.
Wow.
Yes.
That is impressive.
Because it's just. A
I wouldn't want to be the chimney
sweep.
sweep for that. That would be
Whoa. Yeah, actually, that was nice when we were checking the chimney. You can get the footages like people they are fixing some lights on the
on the
chimneys.
top. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
and they have because now everybody is using GoPro.
right.
And
yeah.
when they were climbing, I was. You
Yeah,
know,
you
you
get
have
a bit
that,
of
that
vertigo a
feeling,
little
that,
bit.
that weird feeling when you watch these footages and wow, you don't want to be there.
Yeah, no, I imagine. But again, you really get a sense of scale on the map there of how large it is. We saw it towering over the rocks as we looked behind us as well. And yeah, really, really interesting. So another fun fact you kind of learn about, and it's quite interesting. I like to do it in game as well as in other games as well, where when you see something and you're not too sure about it, you kind of look up and there's always like a little bit of a story behind it. And I imagine it's not an easy task to kind of pick and choose kind of what landmarks and such you'd want to include, or if something's a bit more significant than others, because of course you're saying about the scale, you know, you really kind of have to kind of choose your cards of what you feel is most important for truckers, what would replicate the trucking experience in terms of what they're seeing and where they're driving.
This one is important.
Oh, okay. So what's this one here?
Yeah, it's the tree.
Tree. Okay.
And planes.
Is it just a lone tree, or?
Yeah, it's a sculpture,
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
but it's a symbol of the Utah.
And it's just right out in the middle of
Oh,
now what looks like the desert,
yeah.
almost gone from very rocky to very flat looking terrain.
Yeah, this is our representation of the famous salt plains.
Right, okay. Very impressive. I imagine maybe a few people in the chat, if they're from Utah, might have seen that for themselves. That happy little tree, yeah.
Yeah.
The weird, even Ellie there saying, the weird tree thing. That's the thing, that's the one, I see it. The tree of Utah. So, but it's quite cool to see how suddenly the landscape can change.
Yeah, yeah.
And you feel like you're in a completely different area.
Dramatically, like in our scale, it's always more noticeable, and that's the one of the challenges when we are recreating the map, that everything has to like blend together, so you cannot like mix totally different environments, and yeah, so you cannot just put the interesting things inside the map, for example like the tree or the chimney, but you have to plan on the how can I say the blending areas when one type of environment is slowly transforming into the other one, so it looks naturally and the change is not like jarring.
So sudden, yeah.
Yeah.
Understandable. But it
Stuck
really
here.
goes to show how different the states can be in terms of when you're driving. You know, go from the north to the south, and you feel like you're in a completely different world.
It always reminds me, this was in one episode of South Park, they were traveling from Colorado to Utah, and there was a border, and there was snow, there was a line, and there was sand, and wow, we should do it.
That's quite funny.
No, that's what we don't.
So on here, I don't have a favourite part of Utah. I like it all. There you go. Nice one. Glad you're enjoying it. All right. Oh no.
We are losing you.
We'll fix it. We'll fix that. So where are we heading to next?
I guess Canap.
Okay. Let's check it out. So let us know your thoughts, folks. We'd love to know what you're thinking of Utah so far. Is it a must-have for you guys? Are you looking forward to exploring of it? We've actually had quite a few tweets come through with people that have been parking up their trucks off the border of Utah. Like kind of parking up and right, ready to go for one night releases. Then I can just drive straight into the state. It's quite
Waiting
cool to see
for it.
actually.
So here we can showcase how we stepped up our game since the New Mexico.
Please do.
So the desert is like right now looking totally different.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, why am I reversing?
Good.
Ah, it's
Right.
good, but what?
Oh, I don't know where. The Randy Orton bus.
Desert bus.
Yeah, Desert Bus is another interesting game. If anyone's interested into 8 hours of driving in a desert.
We can see Frag Tank. That was mentioned in today's blog post. There will be some new trailers as well.
Yep.
Will be the feedback and Grainhopper. That was what community was asking for like long time. So yeah.
Very exciting. So make sure again you can check out that changelog video over at our blog, blog.scssoft.com, or you can check it out on our social media as well. You'll see a list of all the full changes. That's for the 1.36, which is now fully available for American Truck Simulator as an update to your Steam.
Exactly. So yeah, that was one of the wishes, and we know there is more. So maybe in the future there will be some new coming.
Definitely, let us know, folks. I've seen quite a few of you adding maybe some ideas and such into the chat, but the chat goes fast, so make sure to add them to the forums, forums.scssoft.com. There's special designated sections, and our guys definitely look at those suggestions. All right, so here's one of those signs that we mentioned in a blog recently. That kind of each town has their own little unique
And then turn right.
theme signs.
Yeah.
Okay, now. There you go. You just have to slow down
Turn
for
right.
most of Utah, it seems. Otherwise, you can miss quite a few things. But maybe it's good to kind of come back and forth between them. Right. So this is one of the truck stops. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Here,
It's more like a gas station.
gas station / truck stop.
Yeah.
And I believe there's quite a few new ones that have been created for Utah. Is that correct?
Yeah, there are many new ones, and again, like they are unique. Like since New Mexico, we are trying to make each truck stop unique. So they are not generic as they used to, but they are handmade, again created from piece by piece. So they really, I will go anywhere. I won't follow the rules.
Whoa!
Whoa.
We didn't see that. We didn't see that.
Yeah, so each one is unique, and if some players have visited them in real life, I guess they will be able to recognize them.
Which is always, I think, one of my favorite things. I imagine, I'm not sure for you guys.
You've got the contract. Now go. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
All good? Are we back?
All good.
Can you hear us?
One,
Can you
two,
hear us?
one,
Are we
two.
okay? Mic check, mic check.
Here we go.
Hey, we're back.
So that was everything about the
Brand
new
DLC,
DLCs.
so, unfortunately, we cannot repeat the information which we just you just missed there.
Yeah.
Never to be repeated again. World premiere, super secret announcement here on the stream. So we hope you enjoyed that. So. All right. Well, sorry about the technical glitch there, folks. We are back. Thank you for letting us know in the chat. We appreciate you. It's not Raven's fault. No, it's not Raven's fault.
Never, never.
Sounds good. So sorry about that, folks, but we are back. We're back on the road. Good to see you all, and hopefully the sounds are all good. So just double check with us, folks. Let us know that the picture's good and the sound's good, and you can hear everything okay. And we'll get back right into the stream.
So tell us what's your favorite DLC you mentioned.
All good, all good. Okay, we're sounding
So what's
all
happening?
good.
What's
All right.
happening? Yeah, we are heading to the famous city of St. George.
St. George, lovely.
Yeah,
And
there are
that's-
some nice places, and I wanted to show you the roundabout. We have,
Diverging diamonds.
Mm.
yeah. And we will check out the port of entry, which
Okay.
was custom made, so all the good stuff. And we will take like detour from around the city, so it should be pretty nice.
Sounds
So
great.
we should see some new depot, isn't it? The home store.
Ye-
I'm not sure.
The home
maybe
wasn't home
it's
store
on-
introduced it in the
No,
Washington.
Not
already?
sure, not sure. To
Ah,
be
well.
honest. I'm lost.
Me neither.
Ages ago.
Yeah.
No,
Too
but we
much
will
stuff
have
happening to
Yeah.
remember everything. Yeah.
Someone said here, I could read lips jokes on you. Okay.
some- so now you know.
Now you know the secret. You gotta keep it secret now. What we said. Hi from SCS. Oh, hi SCS from Turkey. Utah is incredible. We look forward to both of the Black Sea. Well, thank you very much. And someone above as well. Here. Need to us asking, how's the beta coming along? Well, for American Truck Simulator, the beta is now over and done with. Thank you very much for all your help. If you submitted some feedback or some bug reports, it is now available 1.36 for American Truck Simulator. So the full release is here. But the Euro Truck Simulator 2.1 carries on for now. All right.
People like it. You don't.
Yeah,
looks
Utah's great.
Don't forget to add it to wishlist.
Please do make sure to add it to your Steam wish list. The DDI seems awesome. Excited to see it. Huh. Barely missed the police. Yeah. You
Yeah,
gotta look
yeah.
out for them. You gotta look out for them. They kind of come out of nowhere. Amazing work. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Hi, SCS Software. Who is the chap that is currently driving? Who is currently behind our wheel? Well, maybe we should.
want some
we
incompetent
don't
driver.
have titles there.
Maybe we don't have the titles at the moment. Maybe for those who have just jumped into the chat, we've got some new viewers in here. Maybe you could quickly reintroduce yourselves again.
Yeah, hi.
Hello again.
Hello again. I'm Andrzej, but everybody calls me Duff. And I'm the lead map designer on the ATS So, yeah.
And I'm Reuben. You've seen me before, I guess. And I am the lead of ATS research department. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's it.
And I'm Alex, also known as London, because that's from where I'm from originally. And I'm a community manager here at SES. Great to see you all. Thanks for all joining us. And people asking, yep, it's Duff and Raven. And we also have Simon in the chat as well. Simon, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us this evening. You did a marvelous job showcasing Utah and its diversity in the landscape. A job well done. Thank you very much. I'm sure the team will all be appreciative to hear that. Of course, it's very much a team effort. This is just a very small portion of the people we've had on the streams over the past couple of weeks that have been working on this map, like you said. I imagine we'll have maybe possibly a little bit of a stream that's happening on the release day, so maybe you'll get to see a bit more of the part of the team then when we do the big release. I think last time for Washington we had quite a large button for.
Yeah.
Now this is impressive here. Look at the detail on the rocks, right?
I cannot turn the camera and stay on the track. So here on the right, we can see the brand new models for the Utah rocks. They were created. The already talked about new technology of the terrain generation. So they look more natural, and they look really nice. And with the combinations, with the combination of the far models and the distant views, I think they make a really good impression of the landscape.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was also using like a brand new technology to create these that has not been used before. Or
The environment team, like the asset guys who are focused on creating the terrain materials and the rocks, stones, and all the foliage, trees, flowers, everything, the natural stuff.
So-called vegetable department.
Yeah, vegetable department. They learned some new tools, and we were experimenting with different pipelines of rock creation and everything, so it led to these new fantastic assets which the map team could use to recreate these vistas.
And looking at them, because I remember from when I went to Utah that of course there's a lot of detail in the rock from over the hundreds or sometimes even millions of years that they've existed. Of course, erosion from the weather has kind of carved the way that they look, and some of them have deeper shadows and grooves in them. But also another thing is that obviously over time by the wind and the rain and such, you get these layers of colors that you can even see here in the distance. You can see layers of the rocks and the kind of different filaments.
Yeah, it was really challenging to recreate this, and also to, like, again, as I said, the really important point is to blend everything together. So you cannot just like put the red rock and the yellow rock next to it and call it a day. In our engine, it would look like weird because there is like no natural blending. So the artists and the map designers had really to push their skills to the limits to make everything believable. Like, for example, here, I will slow down, like this formation, to make it look nice, the red rock and the whiter or yellowish sand, that it looks nice, and
Go straight.
the transformation, not transformation, that the blend between them is not like noticeable, and everything looks natural. It's not easy.
And also, people might not realize when you see it in a photo, it's kind of hard to judge, but the size of some of these formations, I believe that when I was reading up on a few of them, like we've mentioned in the blog, that some of them can tower into the thousands of feet tall, like, which is kind of incredible to think about. You know, we're looking now the size of kind of like the car and the trucks next to this huge rock formation. It's incredible to see, and to try recreate that sense of scale must have been quite a difficult challenge indeed.
Especially in our scale.
Yeah, especially in the game scale, as we mentioned earlier. And really impressive to see the amount of detail that I've gone into. Of course, they play quite an important role in Utah. I think there's a lot more rocks than in a lot of states than you'll see. Usually they're kind of covered in vegetation, but down in the southern part of Utah, it's not bare, but obviously there are more bare, open rock faces, kind of that are more exposed to the elements because of the desert and such like that.
Go straight. and then keep left.
Of course, as well, Utah being quite a mountainous state,
Keep
sometimes
left.
I've seen that quite a few places like to kind of decorate, or towns nearby, or universities or such, like to decorate some of the more taller structures or mountains with maybe letterings
Yeah.
or stuff like that as well, which you could also spot all over the map. I know universities like to kind of have their letters up there sometimes above the university and such.
Dixie University,
Mhm.
with letter D. If I remember it right.
I believe so in one of the towns. I remember seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and all these details we have in the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello.
That was
I
his
checked
fault.
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's no problems. No problems here.
I just want to showcase everything. So
Of course, yeah. It's all hard to kind of.
in car, it's easier to just turn your head here with one hand over the mouse. It's and the keyboard. Like these rocks. This is like a landmark.
Yeah,
It
actually,
was- it was
Then exit right.
it was custom made for the place.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like everything is custom made in the
Yeah,
end,
yeah.
but
Exit right.
Yeah, and I remember this place because when we
I
posted
needed
some
to
first
turn.
pictures from this area,
I
community
was
mentioned
slow
that they are
and
not
I just wanted to show
correct.
show the rock.
There were some improvements, so hopefully
So
you
those
like
are,
it.
Those are homes on top of the,
Oh,
the
yeah,
rock
yeah,
there as
yeah.
well. So
And this whole dig through the rock, because this is man-made, because the ridge was continuous and they didn't want to make a tunnel here, so they just cut the part of the hill, so it created this formation, and it's really unique and recognizable.
It could be such a nice tunnel.
yeah, it would have been quite a cool tunnel to make
Yeah.
actually. I wonder why they didn't choose for that option. But I do love driving through those when you have them kind of either side of you, towering above you. It's quite cool to see. for
You
sure.
can appreciate the structure of the rock.
Right.
In the tunnel.
You don't
There
see
will
it.
be just some concrete, so this is nicer.
All right, so another
whoa.
diamond intersection here. And a bit more chaos caused, but that's okay. That's no problem.
It is. I'm embarrassed right now.
Get ready
That's
to
all right.
turn
You're not the worst driver we've had on stream. That's for sure. That's we can save the record. Probably for me actually. I've probably had more crashes on stream than anyone
That's-
else. That's why I'm sitting in
This
this
view
chair.
is really nice. So yeah, I don't mind the traffic. I'm here for the environment, and the truck will withstand a few scratches, I guess.
turn right.
That's why we have professional drivers playing our game.
That's it. Yeah, that's why we let you guys. We leave it to you guys. We'll build the maps and you can do the driving.
Oh, it's very difficult to drive and talk.
It is. It's
Yeah, like-
I'm so
like-
glad that I'm sitting here.
In car, it's. I mean, in real life, it's easier because, again, as I said, you can just turn your head and everything. Here, I'm constantly grabbing the mouse or the keyboard, trying to showcase stuff, and it's it's not easy. But I don't want to excuse everything. Right on red. What? What?
No mercy. No mercy.
But
But,
it usually works. I guess my signal wasn't clear enough.
So coming from Ellie here saying, cuts are cheaper in the long
Keep
run.
left,
Tunnels are very rare now on
then
US
turn
interstates.
left.
So it seems
Oh.
like cuts is the way to go when they're cutting through the highway.
I guess
Turn
it seemed
left.
like in the copper mine they just detonated and
And here we have one of the many churches you can find across the state of Utah, having quite a religious history and background as well. I
pretty much.
think it was like 70% or 80% of the state is of the Christian religion. So it's
Mormons.
quite a common sight around all of Utah. I imagine in some places you can find them on every block almost. Many churches, indeed. Someone just quickly here asking about the giveaway. We'll be drawing the giveaway on Thursday. That's on release day. So make sure to keep an eye on our social media. You can see it up on the banner there. All we need you to do if you want to win yourself a copy of Utah, the Steam key for
right.
free. Then we have a few of them to
Then
give away.
turn right.
Just use the hashtag #wish4Utah with the number 4. Share it
right.
to our Twitter and Instagram, and your photo needs to be of your Steam wish list, and with Utah being in your wish list. So we need to see that you have it added to your wish list. Send it to us. Use the hashtag, and you'll be in for winning a Utah Steam Key and getting to drive around this beautiful state as we are doing now.
Yeah, look at this. It's like
So it's less than 2 days now.
Less than 2 days now. Yeah, it's very, very exciting.
2 days. Tuesday. So
Yeah, it'll be happening on Thursday. And we have a little bit of a party here at SCS. I imagine it'll be more packed out than ever. You know, I think each time there's a release, the office gets a little bit more cramped for getting everyone in that room.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll see how it plays out this time. For sure. And, what I really like as well down in southern Utah is that quite a lot of the state, obviously, if you're looking at a population density map, most of the people live up north of Utah, but down south you get these really lovely little towns that are a little bit kind of sparse and kind of in between each other, and they really kind of have a really lovely like little country feel.
it's as far as I know, many people is moving to Salt Lake City. There used to be like a lot of like farms around, but now all the farms are just disappearing,
Turn right.
and yeah, there are new like residential areas.
So really a city that's growing quite a lot.
Yeah, the thing is that Mrazík, who you
Jacob.
have seen, Jacob, you have seen before, who was the direct DLC lead of this of this DLC. So he really have seen into the nitty gritty, and in every stone placement, he has really think for these details, this grit and. Like rundown things,
Right,
so he really paid attention to these ghost towns, and not just all the clean cities, but also these interesting details that will support the atmosphere of the Wild West. And
Because of course Utah being quite famous for a lot of movie backdrops.
yeah,
The scenery, especially when you're heading, I think, more towards like Arizona way, you obviously have the Monument Valley kind of down that way, and you'll have a lot of famous movies and even cartoons. If you know the Roadrunner, with the coyote, you might recognize some of those backdrops from this very state, which are also included in this game actually, and they're really, really beautiful to look at. Definitely well worth the trip around there.
roundabout ahead.
Okay, here we are. So one of
And
not
that's
so
the
many,
one.
but yeah.
So this one has nice color.
Made it look quite nice. They've decorated it a bit, haven't they, with
Take the
the
second exit.
stones and such that they've been using their plants and the vegetation.
Exit now.
Smooth.
Beautiful.
Getting there.
Natural. But of course, to some people it might be quite foreign
Exit.
for some US drivers. They might not know how to navigate it too well. Of course, we're quite lucky here in Europe to kind of have the privilege of using them a lot when you're on the road if you have your license over here. But in the US, they're not so commonplace, that's for sure. But really, really
Exit
nice and
now.
unique to have within Utah for sure.
So yeah, I kind of drove like a jerk in the middle. But
That's no problem. Hey, you're a big truck. You kind of need the space for it anyway.
what is there?
So Ellie here says, yep, that's the truck stop I filled at heading up to Delta last week. I almost flattened a pickup in that roundabout. Okay.
So now it's confirmed. It's real.
There you go. I mean, you're not the only one dangerous driving out there. It's okay.
And also you can see the lots of the new sign, like yeah, we've had we have a new specialist for the UTAC for the sign creation.
Exit right.
He used or still is the member of our community, and
Exit
he
right.
did really nice job of filling all these details. So yeah, you can expect lots of information signs and lots of these like flavor signs.
Fantastic. And is that Navanda?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. No,
That's him.
Fast.
really nice guy.
I think he's
Oh.
sleeping right now.
He is, yeah. He all the way from Australia. He's doing some of this work from, and he really does do a fantastic job. And he's also done some of the refreshes in Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well, so you'll probably be seeing more of his work.
So
Okay, so
yeah,
this is the border.
this is the border.
Okay.
Nice landmark model,
Mm-hmm.
flags, everything. So yeah,
There's like a little business
Nevada is
center.
did that way. So
No go.
People have been there before, for sure.
yeah.
Okay, so is that like a little visitor center or something that they have here in the border, or? Not too sure.
I think it's just checking.
Yeah, it's just
Ah,
a
like a little
checkpoint.
check-
so
yeah,
the,
checkpoint.
the
Okay.
wait station.
Quite
I
interesting.
guess toilets are there.
There's a little rest area as well if you need to pull over. A lot of driving for sure to be done in Utah.
I can show how the model is detailed.
Look at that. That's quite nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's got everything.
So you can just pull up if they need to. And it's quite a unique shaped building as well, actually.
Yeah. Port of entry. Okay, I'm gonna show some other part of the map. Let's find some dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, I like it.
Where now?
Where now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the place.
People in the chat asking about, this won't be related to either of you two, I don't think, but they're asking about new trucks for ATS. Well, Pavel has touched on that in past little Q&As, so you can watch VODs on that on our Twitch channel here, twitch.tv/SCS Software. But unfortunately, we don't have any news we can share about it.
I think,
so
yeah, you can check out the new content in 1.36.
Yep.
There might be some hints.
maybe, who knows. But other than that, we have nothing else to say at this point.
Yeah,
So do keep an eye on our blogs and our social media for sure. And check out some past VODs that we even have uploaded to our YouTube as well. So
But I've seen guys in the vehicle department and they look pretty busy.
they are very, very busy.
As always.
As
always,
yeah.
but yeah. So maybe something is cooking under the.
Something's always cooking.
Yeah.
Something's always cooking.
Yeah, and here the area around Vernal, it's really nice. It's really detailed, and there are lots of the new industries
Mhm.
and dinosaurs and everything and rocks. So this is one place you should totally pay the visit
Mm.
if you are gonna visit our version of Utah.
All right. So Vernal is the
So-
place to be.
Yeah, actually, there are
What are we waiting
some
for?
more depots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you mentioned them. I believe
Keep
there was blog
left.
post about them.
Then turn left.
But
I
I'm
can
not
remember
sure if
correctly.
all of them were in a blog post.
Turn left.
I'm not sure if we should still like keep some surprise for the
Get
players
ready
or.
to turn
I
left.
think it's everything out. So
Turn
Oh.
right.
So yeah, there was some improvement. We can see some like car dealer in
Mhm.
front of us. The purple one, it's not depot, but yeah, there will be some improvements in car dealers.
Okay.
Can
let's
we say
find
the
a new
name?
route.
shout out.
We?
That's up to you guys. I don't know.
I guess we can.
Go for it.
Marzik haven't already.
I don't think so. I don't think. we
Yeah,
touched on
actually,
it.
I don't
think we
remember
touched
this
on it last
mentioned
time.
that, but
No.
Turn.
Yeah, so okay, so let's keep it mysterious.
Okay.
There is something new about the car dealers.
There you go. Something to
Yeah.
check out, folks.
but I guess it will show up in the
Make a
chat
U-turn
soon.
now.
Maybe someone just might have seen something. I don't know, folks. You have to
Let's
let us
find a
know.
new route.
Yeah. So what
When
else? There are the oil
Make a
fields.
U-turn.
Of course, we will have
Finding
feed
new
bulk
routes.
trailers, so we will need some new depots as well.
Please make a U-turn when
These
possible.
proposes.
Okay. Let's find a new route. Computing.
Yeah, this is just another
Rerouting.
truck stop. I will have
Someone
to.
mentioned that.
Someone said something. Someone has said something. I'm not going to utter the words though.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm just
Let's
gonna
find a
turn
new route.
around.
Make a
Yeah,
U-turn.
it's quite
now.
nice.
Yeah, because
Open
we are
area, look at that.
near the border, so this is dead end for
Ah,
for
okay.
now. So I will go back.
Gotcha. So
We
for
don't
the
have
future.
permission.
Yeah. as you can see, the yellow axis of no go.
No go. For now. See what the future holds, of course. So nicely
Oh,
out. Thank
so
you, driver.
nice of him. Because I stuck my nose
Yeah.
right into the lane.
It
so
might have been forced.
he had
nice
like
choice.
no choice.
Yeah.
No, he was nice. That's it.
The centering of the camera. What's happening?
Oh no.
Oops.
Oh.
That was his fault.
Forced to be nice, exactly.
So
No,
yeah,
unfortunately-
let's find those dinosaurs. I
Let's do
guess
it.
they are few meters away.
It's gonna be Dino, the famous one.
So we can ask you guys, what's your favorite dinosaur?
What is your favorite dinosaur? That's a good question. I don't think we've ever asked that question before on stream. What is your favorite dinosaur, folks? I want to think of a clever answer, but I can't think of one off the top of my head so far.
When I was kid, mine was Iguanodon because he was
Iguanodon.
like
Mm.
he ate only plants and he
Right,
looked
the one
nice.
with the long
yeah.
necks that were always towering up in the trees.
So yeah, here is the first one.
Someone said Barney.
Barney. Yeah, this is pink one, so it's
Yeah,
kind of
technically.
like Barney.
Yeah, yeah. This is a good answer.
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, Stegosaurus, Gignotosaurus? I don't even know. Someone actually here has a joke about dinosaurs if you want to hear it.
No.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What do you call a blind dinosaur?
Blindosaur.
No. Do you think he saw us? That was pretty
Yeah.
good. That was pretty good. So quite a few statues relating
Yeah,
to
yeah,
dinosaurs.
yeah.
Is this whole town specific to
They,
kind
they
of
are
like dinosaur
they are
discoveries? Or?
proud of it. Yeah, because there were lots of discoveries of dinosaur bones. So
Okay.
yeah, why
So a
not?
lot of the discoveries made in this area, it's almost like a Jurassic footprint. So I imagine lots of like
Yeah.
museums and
On
such.
every corner.
Dr. Alan Grant had to be there.
Keep right.
But did he know the magic
Then
password?
turn right.
Magic word.
Yeah, and I need to
More
turn
rounds.
to the right.
Here we have
And
a
this is
helicopter as well on the right here.
yeah.
Quite an
It's-
interesting landmark.
It looks like dinosaur as well.
Yeah, it was,
With the face.
it was used to hunt dinosaurs.
Flying. That's how the dinosaurs were extinct. After all.
Turn right.
It's an AH-1 Cobra, someone says. They instantly recognized it.
Ah, yeah. Here's the
Fountain.
street art.
The Ronald Cinema.
Another dinosaur.
And another dinosaur that's the
Yeah,
blue one
yeah.
as well. Beautiful.
Ural. Right
Big
of
old
red.
town.
Yeah, no fine this time. Nice.
Get
That's
ready
good.
to turn left.
Yeah, I'm
Turn left.
gonna just go on another dirt road and I will show you the amazing amount of detail
Okay.
what some our designers are putting into their work. So
Because it can be quite easy for someone to miss this sort of stuff if they aren't
yeah,
going looking for it, right? If they're just taking the main routes, I think we can always encourage people to kind of go off the GPS a little bit or kind of take a little bit of a
just
wander.
to slow down and turn your head
Yeah.
and you can see some really nice stuff.
Mm. Some really nice details and perhaps a few little things that maybe someone else hasn't seen just yet.
Maybe there are some Easter eggs.
Maybe.
there are-
Maybe.
Or dinosaur eggs, who knows?
Wow.
So a few farms out this way as well. Have you got any animals grazing maybe? I don't know. Really lovely, yeah. So some of these back roads are really, really nice. As you can see here, folks, it always pays to take off the route of the highway on your GPS. Maybe set a few extra waypoints to
Get ready
kinda
to
take
turn
a look.
left.
someone says they're waiting for American Dinosaur Simulator. It's our next project, folks, so you heard it here.
Turn left. Get ready to turn right.
Someone saying here, the street decoration flags downtown are a great little detail.
Yeah.
I think it was like the
Thank you.
American flags. that I really like that.
Turn right.
The American ones, Utah.
Hmm.
I think in Vernal there are another ones. And Vernal was very nice with all the flowers in the streets and the flower pots because it's so colorful.
Lots of vegetation.
Oh, I also want to take a look here.
Goes the other one.
Oh, both are nice.
Mm.
But I just remember that this one is also worth showcasing.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we will have to turn
When
somewhere
possible,
here.
make a U-turn.
Yeah, just taking a gander.
Don't
as they might
don't
say.
mind me.
Yeah. You didn't see anything.
If you don't
Please
mind.
make a U-turn when possible.
So yeah,
Let's
this is
find
another
a new
mine.
route.
It's not as big as the
All right, okay.
When
the
possible,
Kennecott.
make a U-turn.
There's quite a few around Utah. I don't know if you know from
Yeah,
your
for
research.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
I'll
Yes,
find a new route.
Utah. It's all about the how to say it.
Make a U-turn.
Mining industry.
Yeah, valuable stones.
Oh,
I
right,
say,
yeah.
Recomputing.
All these sources.
Please
Yeah, and as you can see, all this stuff around, it's like site specific.
Mhm.
The proper prefab starts just here,
I'll find a new
so
route.
all the environment is like custom built
Wow,
for
okay.
this place. So I want to go inside.
When you make the deliveries, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not up to us to deliver something. It's up to
Exactly, exactly. So,
Thursday.
yeah, 2 days away.
Hopefully you asked for holiday.
That's the big thing, yeah. A lot of people are saying about
The actual day.
the Thursday. They're like, I'm working, but that's okay. It's not going to go anywhere. Once it's out, it's out. You know, it's there waiting for you. So, someone's coming up with their own achievement progress here in the chat, which is quite cool.
Get ready to turn left.
Love dirt roads. Yeah, dirt roads are a lot of fun.
Left.
If anyone
Yeah.
was at Gamescom or maybe a few of our other events, we had the motion simulators with Utah on them, and going down these roads, I think was kind of the coolest thing for people
Turn
to see
right.
because the whole simulator was just like this, bouncing around. It was a lot of fun, actually, to see a lot of people's reactions on Utah.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend to get some hands, literally, on some controllers or wheels with force feedback and
Mhm.
rumble, because it really adds to the immersion.
Mhm.
It's kind of addictive.
Right now it's rumbling.
Get ready.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
When I was driving with gamepad and it was rumbling
Mm.
and it suddenly stopped, I was like, I want more.
Someone here says, SES software, you should make
Turn
videos
right.
putting real truckers reacting to the game. It's a good idea. I like it. That's quite a cool idea to kind of get some real truckers in checking it out. Or maybe you'd want to make some videos yourself. Maybe if you're a trucker out there,
Yeah.
would love to see your reaction videos as well. Maybe you can do a bit of gameplay and let the folks know what you
Get
think of
ready
it.
to
We're always
turn
up
right.
for
Yeah,
feedback
roast
and
us.
such. Oh, roast us, yeah, if you so wish.
I could do it. I have truck driver license, but
Yeah.
that
Turn
doesn't mean
right.
that I'm a truck driver. But still, I'll be thinking about it.
And quite a
It's
sharp turn.
It's a
here,
sharp
actually.
turn, yeah.
There's a few. I think there's a few of these in Utah actually. I managed to catch one on someone's stream last night where there's an intersection. It's a very, very sharp turn, and you have to really pull a trucker move to get around it. You know, it's a bit of skill required to navigate some of these areas in Utah.
Yeah, sometimes the mining locations, it's just behind the city or next to the city. So I believe ages ago the cities and the streets were not so wide, and now when you are driving a truck there, it's still kind of history there.
Ellie wanting us to spoil a little bit, asking, are there any new farm like prefabs or places for the new grain hopper trailers? Ooh, interesting question.
Get ready to
There
turn
are.
left.
It's like same with the mine prefab we showed you. Like most of the places for the farms are custom made. Just like this place, this chemical plant.
It's fully custom.
It's again custom built. It's not a copy paste from other parts of map. This whole area was handcrafted just for this place, so it's same with the farms. So you will be able to see different types of farms, and yeah, you will enjoy bringing the new grasshopper trailers, grainhopper, grasshopper.
Yeah, they can bring the grasshoppers. Yeah, we'll bring them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, feed box as well.
It's really great to see. And just seeing the amount of equipment and buildings kind of around as well really adds to the immersion of it all, because I imagine that's what a real work site would look like if I were ever to go to one. This is how I'd imagine it, and you can really see the amount of details by
Yeah, it's not just about going to the unloading point and parking your trucks, but you can really enjoy discovering the environment and everything that's around.
Yeah, all the different tanks there, and like you're saying, kind of specific to each industry, kind of creating the feel of what it would be like when you're heading into these areas. And I imagine for you, research-wise, it would have been interesting to try find a lot of different places to kind of create these areas.
Yeah.
That exist.
It's
in
always
the real world.
you need to like
Turn
deep
left.
dive inside and to realize how it works,
Never mind.
where are the entrances, or
Route.
because it's not just like
Turn
we will
left.
put like loading point here and here, but
Mhm.
there should be some logic behind it.
Mhm.
So of course not all the time we
Get
can
ready,
make it
turn
like
left.
in the proper way, because sometimes we have to bend it a little bit,
Mhm,
but we try.
Turn left.
Of course.
And for sure in the future we are still trying to do more, because no more copy pastes or
Recomputing.
like it was before.
Yeah, and the asset guys, they did a tremendous job of
Yeah.
creating
Absolutely.
all these new unique assets. I don't know the exact number, but again, it's a brand new DLC, and there were hundreds of new assets. So yeah,
Yes.
people can look forward to seeing lots of new detailed stuff, and it looks
Get
really
ready
nice.
to turn
Because I'm
left.
just looking here quickly at the blog, and one of the points of one of the main features is that
Turn
there's over,
left.
like for example, 260 recognizable natural and man-made landmarks. So it just goes to show, that's just landmarks alone. That's not talking about
Yeah,
the
the generic
prefabs
stuff.
and stuff like that. This
Yeah,
is
you can see a lot of details, the decals on the asphalt, and,
Yep.
and all the cracks and spots and everything.
so it really gives you a
Broken
sense
down
of the amount
car.
of work that went
Oh.
into it.
Oh,
Another one.
Another one.
There's a second one there.
Again, turning my head.
That's probably what happened to the last one as well.
Yeah.
Get ready to turn left.
So yeah, it really gives you a sense of scale, how much has actually gone into Utah. And another thing, I think with the police vehicles is even, obviously it has to be big changes because of each state has their own kind of unique vehicles and looks and lights and everything to them, which is
Yep.
really, really interesting to see. I think again, another person on the
Especially
forum
with
posted about
skins.
it. Yeah.
Because what's pretty popular in the US now, they are changing skin, and yeah, actually right now
Get on
or
with it.
recently many departments changed their skin, so it's makes it much easier for us. That was ironic, because when we will come with new skin, so like okay, it's done, and then there's announcement from the state, and they said like we are changing skins. Okay, awesome.
But it's quite interesting. For example, the Utah, I think it's the state troopers here. They'll have
Yeah, that's highway.
highway patrol have all white vehicles, or in this case, which is quite interesting because usually you see them in black and white or a bit more complicated detail. But this is quite a more simple kind of paint on it. So
Yeah, the traffic is kind of dense, and they
There
are
will
afraid
be-
to go there. There are no traffic lights, so we might stay here for a while.
I know you would like to overtake
Yeah,
them, but the police in front of you.
like totally, but
Yeah, but there will be a few different skins or designs for Utah as well. You could see, basically in every DLC we are trying to add more.
So what's the hold up?
what is the hold up?
Yeah, he's afraid to
The trucker's being slow. Yeah,
He's sleeping.
he's parked up. some of the AI get a bit temperamental, unfortunately.
I don't know.
It's like Czech driving simulator.
Maybe. Or maybe this is his chance of someone turning.
Oh.
Ah.
He missed it.
Ah. He definitely must have been taking a very long
Yeah,
break.
he fell asleep, I guess. So, yeah.
Just
I
look
guess
behind
guess everybody should like close
Maybe
their
close your
eyes right
yeah.
now, and
Now would be a good
n-
time
n-
to have a technical problem with the stream.
Yeah. And for the sake of showing you
But he said that
the
before.
new
so it's
amazing
okay.
stuff,
Yeah, we want to.
it's like don't try this at home.
Please
or
don't try this at home. Yeah,
We are totally not endorsing this.
we are professional drivers here.
Yeah,
That's
So-
the way.
but dude,
Look at us.
nobody saw anything.
Didn't see anything. Nope, didn't see anything, folks. Someone said VAC ban. Oh no. Epic gamer move.
Sure.
Okay.
When we are talking about police cars,
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure there will be some new addition in the Moab area.
Mm.
Around the city, there are some kind of maybe specific cars.
Mm. Unique to Moab themselves.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind
right.
of.
Nice.
As far as I know.
Another thing to look out for, folks, on your
Mm.
travels. Let's have a look here. So let us know, folks, if you do have any questions, do throw them in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. We've been showing you a lot of Utah so far, and we have just a little bit more to show you before time is up. Just a quick reminder again of the giveaway that's happening right now. You
Keep
can win
left,
one of a
then
few
turn
Utah
left.
keys if you send us a screenshot of your
There was another
Steam wish
dinosaur.
list. Do make sure that you have Utah in your Steam wish list. Take a picture of it and send it to us by tagging SES Software on Instagram or Twitter using the hashtag #WishForUtah. And if you do that, then you're in the chance of winning yourself one of a few keys for Utah, which will be drawn on Thursday, the day of release for Utah on the 7th of November. Very exciting indeed. So there you go, Blair. Just answered your question for you in advance. Got the giveaway details for you just there. And of course, it's quite exciting as well to see lots of different AI new vehicles as well in hanging around in Utah as well, which is always a nice variety to see as well.
The question about AIs to prevent the collision.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not sure of it.
Yeah, I think there are some sensors to prevent. Of course, sometimes it's too late to
Mm.
prevent it, but they are not gonna hit you just by themselves.
Mm. Big hello to trucker Dylan as well. Just spotted him there. He's actually a truck driver in real life, but based in Europe, in the Netherlands. And he streams from his truck. So he actually has a camera.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, he actually has a GoPro, I think it is, that he takes around with
Yeah.
him. And he does deliveries throughout the day, but also streams it on Twitch. So massive hello to you, Dylan. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Actually, we use some truckers or their channels
Mm.
because it's very nice reference, especially when you have old Google Street Views.
Mm-hmm.
So these ones are the best, especially when it's freshly made,
Mm-hmm.
freshly recorded.
Yeah, and it's different to see things in like
Yeah, perspective.
motion
Yeah.
Yeah.
than just from the static images.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
And I guess we already went there. Here is the site near the?
I don't think so.
No.
That
we
was
didn't.
the second
No, we
one.
didn't. That was the second one. Yeah.
Similarities.
Yeah. Sometimes
the-
it can look a bit similar.
There are oil fields in many areas.
Mm-hmm. And it's quite a large industry that's quite all over the place, isn't it, actually? There's
Yeah.
quite a few spread across Utah.
Drilling rig.
Can showcase the prefab.
Sure. This one being quite a smaller one, isn't it, compared to some
Yeah,
of the other
yeah.
ones we've seen. But still have the same kind of equipment around. There we saw one of the frac trailers, but it was actually on the ground flat.
Yep.
I remember seeing that for the first time in a screenshot, and I found it quite weird, and I think it was correct because of the way they're actually towed on the truck. they look quite different, as you can see here, propped up, kind of just with the wheels on the back. But it was quite interesting to know about them, that they're used for like liquid storage.
Yeah, exactly. So they are pretty universal. They are named after fracking, which is kind of universal, but they are not using just for fracking sites, or we mentioned it last time, I guess. You can use it on a farm or just liquid storage. I think for fresh water as well. So pretty universal.
They usually hauled around empty though.
Yeah, for sure. Because there are some X limits.
I can imagine with just the 2 wheels on the back.
Yeah.
You had all that liquid kind of sloshing around.
Oh yeah.
Imagine it would affect the movement of the truck and the physics of the truck.
Yeah.
And make it quite challenging or dangerous. If you couldn't brake in time and you have all the liquid pushed forward, it'd be quite an interesting combination. And more of these kind of off-road dirt roads. Really nice to see. Probably some of more my favourite roads to drive down on.
He's shaking again.
Don't be nervous, it's okay.
Turn left.
Yeah, I will stop somewhere around here.
Really lovely. No,
Yeah.
really great
Because
to see
we
that detail.
already was there.
Mm.
So yeah, and let's try to find another part of the map.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, if you know about some truck drivers taking footages and driving around oil rigs, just let us know, or pump jacks, because these footages are really, we really need them because it's very difficult to get some references. So these ones are pretty handy. Or if you are just taking it by yourself and you have some let's say it, secret channel where you keep them.
Would be interested to know for sure.
Yeah.
You can get in contact on the forums at forums.scssoft.com. It's the
Yeah.
place to head over there where you can join quite a few different
Oh,
community
I already
members.
was there. So
Yeah,
but we can
been here before.
take like different road.
Sure.
But I guess the 89 it was showcased in the
What about south?
yeah.
You are there, page.
like
Actually, it's
south-
border.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a nice piece of map.
Mm.
But let's try to load another one.
And for sure, after Utah is released, we are gonna open some new topics on our forum. So there will be few more states added. So if you are just waiting for your state, just for sure have a look. It's gonna be this month. I'm not sure when exactly, but there will be few more states, so you can help us with another states, because our research department, it's always one step
Ahead.
Yeah.
Of the game. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, we are
So-
just catching up.
Yeah.
as they say.
It's very hard.
All
Now
right.
okay, I will try to take a different route, and we will try to go like there.
Help that rest up. Sounds good. Well, what we'll do, we'll probably make this one of the last
Last
journeys
one, yeah,
of the stream as we starting to run out on time here. So wherever you'd like to go, we'll leave it to you. I think you're the expert on this, where you would like to kind of check out. So massive thank you to everyone that stuck around in the chat. We hope you've really liked seeing the scenery so far and kind of getting a bit more of the insights. If you do want to get some questions in for this last part of the stream, then do throw them in the chat. We'll try to catch up with them. But if you've just joined us and you thought that you've missed out, do not worry, we are recording this, so it will be shown again not only on the Steam stream, but also on Twitch. You'll have the VOD feature above, which you can rewatch it again for 30 days, and we might even upload it to the YouTube. We'll definitely let you know on the social media. So do throw your questions in. We might not be able to answer all of them. Obviously, this is mainly focused on the Utah. So questions about Utah are very much welcome if we have the knowledge of it. Maybe on future stuff, however, we might not have that knowledge or might be able to share it.
I was just wondering, do we know what's happening on a Thursday? Do we have there should be some live stream or no?
I imagine there will be one of our more traditional live streams where it will be just showing the part of the main release from the from the kitchen, and we'll have the big button push and maybe a few words from Pavel and such.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
cool.
after that, everybody will be like busy
Everyone will be very
downloading
busy.
and playing the game. So like there is no
Yeah.
point to
Okay,
hanging
cool.
around.
Yeah, everyone just goes back to
was-
work after that big button push. You know, nobody has any parties or anything like that. No.
We will see about the big button if
Yeah,
that
we'll see for sure.
allows us because it's Washington's, no? We need new button for each state, no?
Different one, a different
Yeah.
colour.
Monumentally shaped one.
It's gonna hurt.
Hey Kaisu, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope
Go
you're doing well.
straight.
So far, so good.
And to get fresh, this is a live stream. Hello, good to see you. We are live at the moment, but there will be some probably pre-recorded stuff a little bit later on in the day. But you are catching us on the live stream. Welcome, welcome. Someone here asked about the competition. If you do manage to win yourself a Utah key in the competition that we're running, as you can see here on the banner, don't worry, we'll get in touch with you via your Twitter or Instagram post. We'll send you a DM, as I say, slide into your DMs and get in contact with you for sure. All right, so we're taking our last drive here, folks, on Utah. So take it in. This might be the last bit of live stream footage you see before the big
Slow down.
big release day, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Special dog?
Special dog. I have no idea.
What?
No idea.
Special what?
Someone said, I heard there might be a special dog at the Utah release party. I have no idea.
So there's more information.
Than us, yeah, than us here in the offices. Someone here, Alpha Wolf.
left.
If you need a video
Then
of driving the
exit
highways
left.
of Michigan, I can do that for you. Interesting.
Exit left.
Oh, honk honk. He's okay.
Head out into the broad landscapes that is Utah.
Yeah, I'm heading
Keep
towards
left.
the more green or the greener area.
Mm-hmm.
So, where's my mirror? So it should be like nice change of scenery
Mm-hmm.
from the desert. We will see. Hopefully I remembered the location well.
Sure you will.
Double.
Kaisu asking, quick question, when the DLC Utah will be downloadable on Thursday? I hope on the morning. I'll take a ride with my coffee. Well, we'll give you a little bit more information,
Keep right.
specific time-wise, a little
Then
bit closer to
exit
the
right.
date. But it will be on Thursday that it does release, for sure. So
Exit right.
do keep an eye on it. Add it to your Steam wishlist as well, because that gives you a notification on Steam when it does release. And of course, if you add it to your Steam wishlist and send it to us on Twitter or on Instagram using the hashtag, as you can see here on the banner, you might even win a key before that will unlock on the day on Thursday. So you won't even have to worry about it. You can just get straight onto driving once it releases. Can't wait.
So today was mentioned in a blog post as well.
Mhm.
There should be some 2 new special cargo roads.
Oh, the special transport.
Yes. Special transport.
Yes. There's 2 new routes for special transport DLC missions, with loads starting from Vernal to Salt Lake City, where the Kennecott copper mine is just outside of Salt Lake City, actually, and also from Provo to Price with the oil industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard there can be quite challenging loads, because even though Utah does have some wider roads with a load that big, it can be quite challenging still.
Especially in the mine.
Yeah, especially in the
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah, there should be some country stores as well.
hmm Yeah, if you look at the blog, folks, you might have seen the recent release one. It says Utah main features are over 3,500 miles of road networks. There's 10 major cities, new quarries and mines, including the largest open excavation, the Kennecott copper mine, the expanded oil industry.
Open excavation.
That's it. That's the word we were looking for. Oil mining sites and oil storage sites, improved agriculture production chains such as country stores, feed mills, famous landmark sites including the Great Salt Lake, Monument Valley, and Virgin River Canyon, over 260 recognizable natural and man-made landmarks, 12 well-known truck stops, new and improved process of landscape creation, and of course Utah achievements to unlock, which are always fun to try and get all of them.
Yep.
Some are harder than others, I can imagine, and some are a little bit mystery sometimes as well. And I like this. This is kind of like you got the green on the right with the river and kind of the red on the left. Quite a nice contrast, actually.
And it's a bit unusual for Utah as well.
But really a lovely scene, actually. It's it almost looks like a desktop wallpaper
Yeah.
outside your cab.
Yeah.
Stands. Are they created new
Keep
for Utah
right.
or no? Some of them, yes, I believe.
I guess not all of them,
But some, yes.
Yeah. Like,
So it's
well,
all
right now I don't
it's
I
all
don't remember.
the details, new signs,
I'm not too sure. I have to try to get some
new
more information on that.
lands. There's seriously, there's so many.
If they looks different in real life, we have recreated them.
KYCU saying, congrats boys, you made a huge progress in ACS. I love it, keep going. Alex saying,
Thank
best
you.
simulator ever. Love relaxing, enjoying listening to the radio and driving through the highways. Glad you enjoy it. I like that people have kind of like different elements of enjoying the game. Some people like the delivery, some people like the economy, some people like just the scenery. So it's quite cool to see what different reasons people play the game for. It's a nice little rest area.
I know many
Yeah.
people they listen podcasts
Mhm.
when playing. Go for it.
Yeah, it's really hard to like make compromises and try to cater to
Mhm.
all these different groups of players, because we've got the hardcore players
Exit right.
who want as much realism as possible,
Mhm.
and then we have the so-called,
Turn left.
or we call them the Zen players,
Mm-hmm.
who are playing the game more for like the
Keep
road
right.
trip
Relaxation. Yeah.
simulator.
Left.
And yeah, we have to balance the
Turn left.
the visual stuff and the realism stuff, and it's not easy.
Yeah, to kind of get that balance correct. It's not an easy one for anyone, especially again, like same with the scale and such like that as well. It's kind of hard to kind of please everybody, as you would say.
I had green. So,
This guy's skipping lights. Oh, he's
Oh.
also backing up.
yeah.
He knows he's
Know
wrong.
your place.
Oh, these areas are really nice. Kind of hilly.
Yeah, it's totally different than the Moab area or the
yeah.
Vernal, where it's all the red rocks,
Mhm.
and here is more like the green pastures.
Mhm. And then you come over these, kind of like when you come over the little crest and you see this beautiful scenery.
Yeah, and the shape of the hills and of the
There's nice
rock
little
formation
lake.
is
Mhm.
totally different. Yeah, and the vistas are kind
that's
of
all-
epic.
Down to that new, like the distance, where you've made the distance more viewable, kind of further out. You know, the rendering distance or such, where you can see much more than you would before.
Oh, it's like it's not exactly like that. Our basic view distance is still the same, but we managed to make some models break past this limit.
Okay,
And
okay.
actually, part of this technology was already used in Washington,
Mhm.
but in the Utah it was used in full force.
And it's really paid off.
Yeah.
I think.
Because in Washington, there's lots of trees, so you can hide lots of things.
Yes, that's
But
true.
here, we had like no other choice how to recreate the long distance views realistically. So yeah, we
Go straight.
had to think about something. Another city sign. And I guess it really paid off, because right now you can see the detail of the city with the backdrop of the mountains.
Which is how
It's
I
something
remember it,
we have never shown before in our game.
Go straight.
So that's what I remember from my trip to Utah in real life, quite a while ago, is that the mountains, you see them almost from all over the place when you're in these areas. You know, people's back gardens from their house and such like that, and you wake up and you just see the mountains all over the place. So yeah, it really is something to kind of remind you of the state, because they really do have some beautiful mountain ranges around and formations, as we were seeing earlier as well. So when you kind of have these things within the truck simulator, it really gives the state its feel, and you actually feel like you're there.
I love that comments when people say, I used to live in this area 10 years, 20 years ago, or when I was a child, and now, because of your game, I can have a look there.
Yeah.
Because I don't go back very often, and it's really nice when you hear it, and these people, you bring them their memories from childhood or something.
True.
So
And it's very true, yeah. And like you said, because I mean, people forget America is a very big place. It's huge. It's very expansive, and there's a lot of traveling that you can do in it. So when you're, for example, on the East Coast and you used to live on the West Coast, it's definitely a long ride if you wanted to get back home.
actually, I remember when I started to work on ATS, I remember that I said, like, America is a bit boring. Such a mistake.
No, it really is. Isn't when you look in the finer details of things. It's not just roads and hills. There's so much more to it, and each state has its own unique look and feel, and have their own little traditions and things that make each one just feel completely different.
Yeah.
And to translate that into the game is really, really always very cool to see. And a lot of stuff I'm seeing here for the first time myself as well. So I'm quite mesmerized by it, as you can probably see as well, folks. So hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we are. And we're just glad that we're able to share it with you, and that we're finally reaching the stage of releasing this brand new DLC for you to enjoy for yourselves. Because there's always sometimes, I guess, when you work with something for so long, there's a lot more of a deeper meaning to it for you guys in the team. When you, after a while, you kind of grow a connection with the map, and kind of you've given it so much, energy and work and love, that you're like, I want to make this right for the people, or want to make sure that this is correct for those who are actually going to be driving it.
I think, like as I said before about the new team members, I remember when I joined SCS, I had like no idea how many people will be like viewing my work, and how many people will be like commenting on it. So I'm really like looking forward to my team members' reactions when they will see, like, they will definitely watching some videos and streams and everything, because you always do after the release, because you want to know what the players are thinking about the thing you created, and when they will read the reactions that they did a great job, it's always really heartwarming, and it was not something I expected when I joined the company. So it's a really weird feeling.
So it's not just you, but we are excited as well.
Yeah.
Kind of. You can feel it.
That's
Because it was someone's job for, like I said, more than a year, so you get attached to it. On one side, you want to have it done as quickly as possible, but on the other hand, it's kind of like your baby. So
Yeah, I agree. Someone here saying, MMC saying, guys, gotta say you put so much love into this game that even if you don't travel to the places you create, you do capture the feeling of the place. Keep on doing what you do. Yeah. I imagine that can be sometimes the toughest thing, is not being able to travel to the places, because I think you'd practically end up going to a lot of places that you wouldn't even have time to come and be back at the office and working.
Of course,
So-
it would be nice if all the map designers and all the team members could go there and to see it and feel it, inhale it,
Yeah.
and then just to recreate it. But that's not how it works. But yeah, then when someone mentioned like you've got the spirit of the place, it's very heartwarming, as you mentioned before.
Yeah, because that's the main goal, to capture the spirit, like with our limited time frame and technology and everything. The game will always be about some compromise. So the goal is to make it look and feel and play as best as possible. Yeah, we can check out the view area here, I guess. Again, this section of the road was created by one of
Never
our
mind. I'll find a new route.
kind of new, then new members of the team, and he did really great job.
Ah, look at that. Yep, if I was driving in here in real life, then I would definitely pull over as well. Create that panoramic view. Really lovely. Do we know what lake this is by any chance?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
I
know
guess
off the top of my head.
it's not a lake; it's a river, I guess.
I guess maybe someone in the chat might know.
Maybe I'm lying.
I don't
or-
remember. I know this place, but to be honest, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
But there,
It's
there could
on
be some
it's on
sign.
the US 40. So
Well, there you go. If anyone knows in the chat, let us know if you
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
river that is or what lake.
I cannot remember everything. So yeah,
That's okay, no
I'm
problem.
sorry.
Could be on the sign there, maybe. But
Maybe we've got a few people googling it in the chat now. I imagine. Oh, it's a reservoir.
oh
someone's
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's a reservoir.
Ready to
So
jump
it
out.
is. There was a dam a few miles
Turn left.
before.
Starvation Reservoir.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
right,
correct.
right.
There you go. Yeah.
Now I remember because the starvation, the name is kind of grisly.
Someone says a bridge over bottled water. Interesting. I guess there's a different way of saying it for sure. All right. Well, if you're just joining us, folks, we are surely coming to the end of our stream here very soon. So we hope you've enjoyed everything that you've seen so far. But again, you will be able to rewatch it on the VODs if you feel like you've missed out. We've been privileged to be joined by two of our team members who've been working on Utah. So they've given us a lot of insight into a lot of things that have been created here and how they work and how they look and why is this and why is that. And it's been really, really interesting. So make sure to give it a watch back and also share kind of some of your feedback and love on our forums as well. Like we said, we love hearing it. So make sure to go say hello to everyone there.
Yeah, I'm breaking down and with the external camera, and I want to showcase the new mountains.
Again,
And
seeing the grooves and stuff in it, beautiful.
How do you pronounce this name?
Oh my goodness.
Duchenne.
Duchenne?
Tell us. Oh,
This
sorry.
Please. We need to
Write
know-
us with the phonetic symbols.
Yeah.
But with Czech phonetic symbols.
Actually, I think there's a few Czech people in the chat here this evening as well. Good to see you all. Someone's like Duchenne.
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 Yeah. It's kind of.
It's like the cowboy, the Shane.
All right. Wow.
Residential area.
Yeah, again, lots of details.
It's a French. It's a French name. There you go. So apparently, it's a French name town in Utah.
Duchenne.
Duchan.
Duchenne.
Oui, oui. My cat is blocking the view. She's more excited about Utah than I am. Good to know. It's always good to have a travel buddy with you, I guess. You have a lot of people that have their cats kind of hanging around the keyboard or such. Beautiful. Well, there we have it. Appreciate you showing us all around Utah. Maybe we should find somewhere to park up if you feel like there isn't anything else that we need to see at this time. Maybe it's on this side of the road.
I think.
Wait station.
Yeah, we can end up here on the wait station.
So if there's any last minute questions, folks, get them in.
38 miles.
Get them in. We'll love to try and get some last minute questions in about Utah, unless you are satisfied with everything you've heard. And again, make sure to add Utah to your Steam wish list. And if you do, and send it to us on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag wish for Utah, then you could even win a copy of the game before Thursday. And we'll be actually giving it out on Thursday, so you can have it ready to go. No questions, just quiet amazement. Yeah. Just want to say the game is looking sweet. There you go.
Yeah, enjoy the scenery.
Enjoy the view. It'll just be a little bit of a break before then you get to drive yourself on Thursday. Nice new mountains. They are beautiful, yeah. They really, really are, and all the different formations and the rocks. Really quite special and unique to Utah. Although I imagine that won't be the last we see of rocks for the future.
No.
Lots of different things that can be found across the United States, so I imagine this is only the start.
Like this was the most rock-intensive state up to date.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely,
As you can see, it's lots and lots of new assets.
Will there be a release stream on Thursday when you press the button? There will be a short release stream, so do make sure you join us for that. And we'll be releasing more details about that for sure, folks.
You have feedback.
Caution. You're exceeding the speed limit.
Today I start
speeding.
ATS 1.36 and did not recognize Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico. It started to look so cool. Is it just DX11 or what have you done? Well, we have gone back and revamped a couple places.
Slow down.
One in Arizona and the other one in
in California, the Santa
California,
Cruz,
yeah.
and there were also the improvements of the anti-aliasing. So yeah, that might have changed a few things
Do you even listen
because
to
the
me?
power lines are right now properly anti-aliased, so they are smooth and they look nice.
Mhm.
So no more jigged lines.
That's it. And
Get ready to turn
again,
left.
just kind of a base to start off what will be happening in the future with a few
Yeah.
different things. Of course, keep an eye on our blog and our social media for more announcements in the
Turn
future and
left.
different updates that will come for next year. As crazy it is to think about it, we're in November now and almost rolling on to a brand new year, which is just crazy to think about, you know, because it doesn't feel like too long ago we released Oregon and then Washington this year.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we're now in
Especially
Utah.
Washington feels like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it really does. It really, really does.
It
you know.
really does. It feels like eternity for me.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So,
Here we go.
Here we
all
go.
right, well, this is it, folks. This is us pulling up. And we really hope you've enjoyed the stream. We're really, really happy that we've been able to have Raven and Duff with us this evening, joining us to you live from the SCS studios and showing us off Utah, the map expansion they've been working hard on and are very excited to release. So again, thank you for all of your insights. Thank you for being here and taking your time out of your busy work schedule as well to be here on
It
an
was a
evening
pleasure.
Yeah.
to kind of chat with a chat and kind of get people excited about Utah as well. And I'm sure everyone in the chat is very happy with what they've seen. We've had lots of great reactions come in so far. And before we disappear, is there anything else you'd like to last say to the community before the release of Utah?
Yeah, thank you for watching, and and I hope that everyone who's gonna buy the Utah will enjoy it as we enjoyed making it, and yeah, send us your reaction. We are open to every feedback, so yeah, we are looking forward to hearing from you.
Fantastic. And you,
Yeah,
Evan?
thanks for watching and keep tracking.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, folks. It's been a pleasure, and I've really enjoyed it myself. I've learned a lot of new things myself, being a fan of the game as well. So we hope you have yourselves a wonderful evening, and make sure again to add Utah to your Steam wish list. And if you follow what it says on the banner there by sending us a screenshot of Utah in your wish list, then you could even win a copy of the game if you send it to us on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag #WishForUtah. So from all of us here, also very, very quickly, a massive thank you to the two guys I believe we have behind the scenes. We had Philip and also Nimro. A massive thank you to them who have been looking after both of us. Thank you guys, appreciate it, who helped us out with the little technical problem earlier as well. So from all of us here at the SA Studios, we hope you have a fantastic day. We'll see you again very, very soon. And yeah, watch back the VOD if you want to see more again. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.